Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Seth Geis, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Toscano.
I'm very excited tonight.
It's a cross between Italian
You guys
and
are so
Borat.
racist.
Yeah,
Dude, that was
no.
he did
I,
he did have a little Borat, but I don't want to say it.
I haven't honestly had a lot of opportunity to work on an Italian accent. It's not an accent that's in my repertoire. So I apologize
I,
to
on
all.
the other hand,
Oh,
a finesse of Italian accent.
I would love to hear your Italian accent.
All
Not
right.
today, sir.
Maybe in his final thoughts.
All right.
All right. So today we are talking about the Toscano Nobile. It's a cheroot, like most of the Toscanos, 6.5 inch by 40. Comes out of the Lucca factory in Italy. Wrapper is Italian Kentucky Fire cured. There is no binder to this cigar, and the filler is from Italy and Tennessee. Price point is $9, and the cigar was released in June of 2021. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with the cigar?
I got very little fire cured flavors, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just when you pre-light experience something that's so abundant and fire cured, kind of that campfire, thing going on, barbecue notes going on, you expect it to translate when smoking it on the palate. So I didn't really get much of that, but the actual notes that I did got was it was not bad. It was okay. I got some like sweet cream, a little bit of this like bitter black tea going on. I got quite a bit of leather. I didn't really get much spice until I retro held it. But I don't know. It was an okay smoke. Nothing bad, nothing great. I definitely want to get more of that fire cured tobacco though, because I kind of feel like it should have that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But then again, if it did have that, how would I rate it? I wouldn't rate it any better because my enjoyment level would really change. So,
All right, Seth, how about you?
So you want it, even though you don't want, you're not going to enjoy it.
yeah, it's like that one song. Do you really want it?
What's on?
And then it goes,
No.
here
I
we
don't
go,
know.
ole, ole, ole.
What?
I don't know where I'm going.
I think it's two different songs.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was getting some mesquite smokiness, bits of clove, sweet spices. It kind of did that same thing the whole way through. Not a lot of transitioning. Kind of, I don't know. It's after a while you smoke enough of these. I think towards the end, your tongue starts to go a little numb. You're just kind of like, what the hell am I smoking? Better stop. So just, yeah, it's not bad. Medium body and strength.
All right, John, how about you?
So just a side anecdote that's going to bore all our listeners. Back when I started doing reviews back in 2012, Toscano, I think, was either my first or my second review, like the classic Toscano that I ever wrote. So it's been a while. I was both, I have found my experience to be both average, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'd smoke this again. It's weird because, like I was expecting that sort of fire cure blast, which, to be honest, isn't really for me. It's a little too palate overwhelming, but this managed to find this really nice balance of sort of this sweet, creamy wood with just hints of fire cure. And there was some baking spices and some other flavors that played through the various thirds. And I did rate it overall average. And I think, the draw was a little bit resistant, which is going to hurt the score. But after smoking it, I'm like, yeah, I'd totally smoke another one of those. Like there's nothing wrong with it, even though, it's not rating high in the flavor scale. And even though it's not particularly complex, I was like, you know what, if I was watching another football game, I would probably smoke another one of these. So yeah, there you go. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with musty, lightly toasted cedar and light smokiness. Second, third saw a young green wood note replace the toasted cedar. And that profile is kind of how the cigar finished out. It was a bit different than what I was expecting. I was like Jiunn had mentioned, I was expecting that fire cured smokiness being in the forefront. It just didn't happen with the cigar, which is okay. I like the fire cured notes, especially in a cigar of this size and shape, because it's not a super long, lengthy smoking time. But just kind of that light smokiness in the background. Also, the strength started fairly light and kind of built up to just under medium. I did have a pretty tight draw, so that was a bit of a bummer, because I think
Same.
the flavor delivery kind of maybe was hurt a little bit by that. But overall, probably not something I'd come back to, because it had some of that young wood note in there, and just not something I really find attractive in cigars. But I do enjoy a Toscano from time to time. I like that smokiness in a short burst. So yeah, they got lots of stuff that I'd go to and smoke on, or on a kind of infrequent basis, but just still enjoyable at times. All right, Gaten and scores. We're going to start at the top with Jiunn at 5.75. John and I both gave it a 5.30, and then Seth gave it a 4.90. So Jiunn had that 5.75 matchup for you.
Matches up pretty well. I mean, it's a decent cigar. You guys ever crave a cigar like this? Like a non-traditional cigar? You guys actually
Yeah.
crave them once in a while?
Sometimes.
You do?
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I'm up at like my land in Virginia. this is
Campfire,
the stuff
baby.
I like to
I got a
smoke.
little tin right here. Just every once in a while, I'll just pop one open and
really?
grab
Wow,
something
okay.
out of there, kind of go at them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I must be very different then. I just every time I think about a cigar, I think about like a traditional, non-cured, non-infused, whatever you want to call it, just your traditional cigars. So
Yeah.
Okay.
and if you're ever like in a
Oh, sorry, in
long
regards to my
smoking
story.
time, you could throw something in there and do it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could see like you're at a herf, right?
Yeah.
And your palate is just absolutely shot. This is like your
Yeah.
fifth cigar of the day. And then your number 6 is like, you know what? I don't want to just blow smoke, You want to take something, of course. So perhaps at that point. But yeah, my score matches. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to smoking it again. It wasn't bad by any means. It's just not really my thing. So
all right, John, 5.3.
Yeah, it matches up well. I think talking about flavor performance, I think it's about a 5.5. But I think you and I both had a pretty snug draw, so it's hard to say whether that impacted the flavor profile. But like I said, it's probably the first. I think it's literally the first 5.3 where I'd say I would totally smoke that again. I would absolutely have these on standby, for camping or just whatever yard smoking, because it's not overwhelming. It's nice and balanced throughout. Or watching a football game on the patio. So yeah.
Pretty much what John said. I mean, John and I scored it the same. Actually, in all the categories as well. So it was just the draw, I think, kind of put a damper on it. There might have been a slight tweak to maybe flavor profile a bit. But yeah, it is what it is. Just it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was still okay. So it wasn't anything bad about it not being as fire cured forward. Seth, 4.9.
It's kind of no. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's one of these things. If you enjoy smoking these things, I think you'll like it. I've never really. I need to smoke more of them, probably side by side, to see which one I'd gravitate towards. But
Right.
usually, I just smoke any one of them. But it's definitely something I think people should give a try and smoke, just because it's good to smoke different types of tobacco, man.
Yep.
I
Smoke.
mean, we were kind of throwing around traditional, non-traditional, I think, earlier in the conversation. I think the irony is that like this is traditional, like this is an Italian traditional cigar that goes back a very long time. So it's funny, to kind of put it in a non-traditional category, but it's like it's actually the most traditional category if you think about it.
And I think a lot of this tobacco, I think a lot of this Italian tobacco is tobacco that was brought over years and years ago, and started to be grown in
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of
Italy.
years.
Because they thought it could grow well there, just like the French thought grapes were going to grow well in North Carolina, even though look where that turns out. But I mean, it's one of these. How often do you get to smoke something that's Italian in Tennessee, man? That's pretty funky.
Exactly.
Pretty cool.
Any other final thoughts from you guys? All right. If you just catch this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Nobile.